Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael, for Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Justice card. I'm laughing because those words just kind of fell out of my mouth. The Justice card, right? So whenever this card shows up, I'm always reminded that, you know, anything that we want in life is a series of commitments and contracts. Especially where we're having to deal with, work with, or collaborate with, or work alongside other people. So in some way, shape or form, you are really being invited this week, and it will be like an invite. It's not going to be a demand, it's an invite. Is this what you want? Is this the way that you want to go? Is this what you really envision? Is this what you want to be a part of your life? Whether you do or don't sign on the dotted line is completely up to you, but you are being presented with the option this week, and it's like you're being given not an ultimatum, but you're being asked the question, is this what you want? And if it is, get in for it, right? Put your name on that piece of paper, honey. If with that said, if you have already purchased your 2023 tarot scope, thank you so much. I truly appreciate all of your love and support. It really does mean the world. If you haven't, you can get yours on the link in the description box below. They are $4.99 a piece. This year I have gone all out and I've added even more to it. So you're getting an astrological cheat sheet of the big transits of 2023 and how they're going to affect your sign. On top of that, you're getting the eclipse overview, which is a separate video from the main video that's got your astrology, numerology and tarot all combined. I have put everything that I possibly can into these this year. All right, so if you want to get that, you can do it on the link in the description box below. If you want to get your sun, moon and ascendant, there's like a small discount on there as well. Instructions of how to make that happen are in the box, because I got a lot of emails asking how to do it. There's instructions. And also you can buy the bundle for $24.99. They're all downloadable and all of the PDFs are printable as well. So there you go. With that said, thank you so much for allowing me to sell to you from time to time. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options, you have the 10 of Wands, right? Look at that. So this is basically like, this card literally represents your energy. So this week, not only are you showing up as yourself, but you are, like, for some of you, this could be walking away from a commitment. All right. So this could be you saying, you know what, I thought I was going to be doing that, but actually I'm not going to do that, or I'm out of that. It doesn't work for me. However, because it's the 10 of Wands, this also suggests that some of you are moving towards or recommitting yourself to something. So maybe there's like an element of hard work and hard graft here, which I absolutely love for you. When it comes to your communications and conversations this week, you've got the page, the Knight of Swords. So for those of you that have them, if you have a Libra teenager, this week they could need your help and your support. It also suggests as well that you're having to find a way, because this the 10 of Wands here in the actions and options, if you have a young Libran in the house, or maybe even just in the family or the extended family, I know as an adult, I'm an adult now, I can't believe it, right, at this point I'm 37. I remember vividly what it was like to be a young person. I've got nieces and nephews now, and it's my job to pass on some of my, you know, the hard-earned wisdom that I may or may not have gained over the years. And one thing that I always try to do with the young people in my life is, I remember vividly what it was like to be a young person and feel like everyone always knew what was better for me. They never stopped to question or to say, like, actually, and don't get me wrong, not all young people do know best for themselves, which is why you need a parent or a guide or whatever. But sometimes, even if they're making a mistake, they need to have the agency to make those mistakes. They need to have the agency to make their own decisions so that they can learn from the consequences of them, right? And so this week, if you have a young air sign child, or a Libran specifically as well, especially, it's really important that you find a way to step back. Like, even if you can't allow yourself to say, well, you know what, just get on with it. Give them the space to air how they really think and how they really feel. Don't just shoot them down or talk down their opinions. take a moment, and I say this with love, Sagittarius, but shut up. Take a minute, listen to what they're saying to you and see how much of it makes sense before you step in with the answer and this is what we're going to do for you. All right. So I say that out of all love, by the way. It's just, you know, being an Aquarian, I've still got quite a lot of youth about me, and all jokes aside, like I said, for me, I'm always saying to myself, what was it like for me when I was the young person in this situation, and how can I support and offer some support in that regard? All right. And sometimes the best way really is to say, where are you at with this? You talk to me first, and then do you know what I mean? We'll go from there. Not enough people do that nowadays. I'm sorry, but they don't. I haven't seen a lot of it. And that's including amongst my own family, you know, just straight up going to tell it how it is. For those, sorry, that got really deep and very personal. When it comes to your brain, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, there could be something this week where you're wanting to change, maybe not necessarily what you're studying, but maybe the way that it's delivered. So maybe you're saying, look, you know what, I want to do part of this at home and I want to do the other part at the learning institution. You have a little bit of leeway here, but I think if you push too far, you're going to probably end up in an argument. Be careful. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, you might have to fight for it this week. So whatever the changes that you want, whatever it is that the advancement in the career or the job or the more money, whatever it might be, you are going to have to fight for it. But here, remember what I said, if you just talk at people and you just try to impose your will and all the rest of it, it's going to fall on deaf ears this week. Maybe that's a Freudian slip, who knows? For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, like this is you. like I don't need to ask you if you're committed. You're in. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm in. Bam. You know, charging straight in like the centaur that you are. You're not holding back. You know, at all, right? Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I kind of feel like this is one of those times where, you know, like when you watch at the rodeo and they let the horse or the bull or whatever it is out of the thing and it just goes wild. That's Sagittarius this week. Like there's no like, don't stop me now, na, 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 na. For those of you that are brain retired and no longer working, you could be the mediating factor in such a situation like this. And I kind of do feel like that is the thing this week. It's going to be like the young people versus the old people. Not that anybody's young, not that anybody's old. It just is what it is. And it's kind of what you've got here is two mindsets clashing. And for those of you that are retired and of the age, you might be called to settle a dispute between parent and child, between siblings, between whatever. There's something here where it's like you're having to step out of it and say, okay, you know what? Let me, you know, where can I make the right tweaks here and, you know, be ethical about it? For your love and relations, you have the Queen of Swords. So a Libran person, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Queen of Swords, usually a, you know, air sign woman coupled with the Justice card. So for those of you that are single and looking, a Libran person could very well feature for you. Might be somebody that is literally in the legal professions, like a lawyer, a social worker, somebody that fights on the behalf of or the justices for somebody else. Very possible. Very intelligent, which is great. The thing with that 10 of Wands here though, if you're going out on a date, try to make the conversation balanced, all right? For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there's something about the partner, like your partner is dissatisfied with something this week and they're going to let you know about it. And it's really important that you don't shoot down their opinion or their voice. Like if you don't have kids and this is that your partner comes to you and says, look, you know, I'm really unhappy about this. Sit down, zip it for a minute, let them say what they want to say, even if it presses your buttons because you think they're being unfair. Let them get it out, and then once they have, you can digest it and unpack it together. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Cups. For those of you that are thinking about going into business with a sibling or somebody who has that kind of sibling energy, It could be good, providing you both stick to your strengths. And I think that's what's going to be the key here. Some of you may be having a sibling or somebody that represents that kind of energy hit you up for money this week. If this is somebody that has struggled with addiction in the past, I would sit them down and spend time with them to see what their demeanor and their outlook and the language that they use over time actually looks like. Because if they show up looking fresh as a daisy and it's like, oh, you know, I just need to borrow this money for whatever, if there is a problem, it will reveal itself very quickly. So just be mindful. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Six of Cups is actually your reproductive system. No issues here, but with the Justice card, you could have, this could be a waterworks issue, potentially. It's not a guarantee, but you know, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice, but it's possible. There's a few reasons for this, but anyway, when it comes to your home and environment, the Six of Cups is lovely. It's the calm after the storm, and I gotta say, it does look like there's going to be a pretty storm. Alright, so just something to be mindful of. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.